Hello everyone, welcome to part 3 of What If Deku Was Ghost Freak. And what I mean by hunters, as you see in the image, the OG hunters from episode 1, no, not episode 1, season 1, episode 5, where the original series, the OG original series, very first series of Ben 10, he was hunted down by 3 hunters, exactly, sent by Vilgax. If they retrieved the Omnitrix from the boy, or brought the boy, or the Omnitrix, either way, they'll be paid handsomely. Whatever currency they use in, I guess, the Ben 10 universe as aliens, but that's practically where we left off. These 3 fools practically busted down Deku's door. It was like, hey, we're gonna need the specimen back. So yeah, that's where we left off. So there's like 3 I believe there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 Ghost Freaks now, counting Deku himself, which technically counts as like a mutation Ghost Freak. I guess he'd be like an experimented Ghost Freak, I guess. Yeah, I believe I kind of explained that like in episode 1, but anyways. As now it's practically technically for the V3, yeah. So yeah, the house is getting lit up like fireworks on the 4th of July. As lasers, blasts are like just shooting everywhere. Inko, wait, did I? Yeah, Inko and Nashashi, I believe, told Deku already, so yeah. I didn't tell him directly, but I mean, he definitely finds out now he ain't human, so I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of, Deku, like, in his house, like, he kind of just looking at these 3 people, like, say what now? Specimen, just a random serial number, insert here. Specimen 9874 or something, I don't know. Just a random serial number. Come with us, and we may spay the ones around you. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I was born on Earth. As you know, they kind of explain that Deku ain't human. Deku realizes this is like, oh snap, I'm an alien. Y'all 2 didn't tell me. As he looks at, Hasashi and Inko. They kind of felt bad not telling him, but I mean, he kind of was forced. Because, I mean, look at this now. He's getting hunted down by like 3 bounty hunters. And I already know what one of them looks like under the masks. I mean, I'm pretty sure the other one's like, what, like a small alien under that suit? And the other one's like, what, part of the Diamond Head race, I believe. And the other one, I believe, is just a robot, from what I can remember. So, yeah. So, stuffs are being thrown everywhere. Bombs, missiles, lasers, grappling hooks, flipping anything to capture Deku, practically. They're not having much use. Due to, the yellow robot dude tried to, splash his goo on Deku. Didn't work. I mean, it did work on, the other Ghost Freaks, but it didn't work on Deku. Because, I mean, yeah. I did say he doesn't have that, weakness like other Ghost Freaks does. And, that's when, Deku was like, I'm tired. I haven't slept in, like, who knows how long. I have no time for your peasants. I have no time for your ignorance. As you know, this isn't Deku talking. This is, his inner self talking. Go now, and I may spare you all. My slumber is needed more than anything. As you know, Deku gets shine of light. Deku's like, shh. He's like a vampire to light. At least it does hurt him, but he's not very aggravated with the shining of light. And now he's like, bruh, flip this. Room of Darkness just pulls out that move immediately, like he did to the other Ghost Freaks. Yeah, now they're having trouble to kind of catch Deku since they're in his Room of Darkness, where he can probably manipulate whatever the flip is in the room. So yeah. I mean, it doesn't really work since, yeah. I mean, it kind of does. It does strike fear in them, but at the same time, they're able to break out of it. Due to, a light explosion this man got. The Diamond Head dude has. Using his, a light bomb or something. Like a flashbang, kind of, blinding Deku, eventually, cracking open the, Room of Darkness. Yeah, it's probably like a 4v3. Actually, technically not one, because the other ones are out. They got knocked out. So yeah, it's kind of like a 1v3 now. Oof. Deku, he's swinging, he's swinging his tail, he's swinging, his fists, he's swinging everything. He's using all, his entire, arsenal right now. He's mad tired, so he's trying not, his, hardest not to flippin', hurt them, because, he does sleep, but it's kind of a switch, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like, if he don't get sleep, he kind of, turns into, a primal version of the Ghost Freak, practically. Or ending up like them. Meaning that his scary factor goes to 3 to 5 real quick. So yeah, he on that... I ain't holding back anymore. So yeah, he holds on ripping one of the hunters all their legs off, the 4 of his legs off, just ripping them apart, just ripping this man apart, and then just proceeds to kind of a scarecrow thing where he kind of infers the scare toxin or something, kind of almost yeah, he dead. There's no way to get. He dead. There's no way he's getting out. Being shot by, being ripped apart, and then not just that, but having a fear toxin. Yeah, I mean, yes, it is robots, but I mean, it's a robot with sentience. As long as it has sentience, it's still scared of something, so I mean, yeah. It dead. Yeah, it dead. He did. Leaving 2 hunters left. The Diamond Head Hunter and the Purple Hunter. Can't remember the original names of them, though. As practically Deku, he said one word. Yeah, or I guess a couple words technically. Actually no, one word. Die. As you know, both of them fall asleep. This will be Deku's new ability. It will be called Sleeping Nightmare. He can knock you out using chemicals and his gas, fear toxin almost. I mean, he has his fear radius, which he can kind of increase without without the thing on his chest, which is kind of keeping him from using turning him into a primal version of himself. So yeah. So kind of halves his power, or kind of 25% his power. So yeah, it dramatically decreases his power if he has that thing on him. It also makes him somewhat human to a certain point. Which is I'll say the Diamond Head thought it was an Omnitrix, but I mean he kind of shot at it. It broke. Deku full power kind of released. The entire sky turned black. Yeah. The almighty mutation has now finally commenced as Deku fights over his will versus his primal urges as Deku faints and the god of nightmares and fear awakens practically. As there's no longer talking, there's only slashing. Nightmares, memories, anything that's negative in your lifetime, he will bring back tenfold. He will make your own memories into a horror movie, practically. I mean, the purple dude dies. The only reason the Diamond Head dude doesn't die is because because he's technically not you know, he don't have lungs or anything like that. He has like diamondified lungs. 2, he doesn't concept the same fear as other races practically. I mean, he does feel like a little fear because I mean, still sentience, but I mean, yeah. It doesn't kill him. Kind of, you know, as soon as you know, someone kind of smacked him on the head with like one of those. Like, what was it? You know, also he got like chopped by a lightsaber. Like, I don't know. Let's say they had like some type of laser that shot Deku like right in the eye, kind of making him, you know, come back and you know, kind of, you know, get knocked down. I have like 2 other videos, like another video I gotta post. Which one were they? They were the Possessed and a Nightmare, no, a Hero No More. And then after that, I got the What If Deku was Scorpion, next Scorpion, and then after that, I have What If Deku was Shockwave. And I kind of go in order with all my videos. So yeah. What If Deku. Anyways. This is more of a speed run, if you will. Because I do gotta come up with some things for What If Deku Fell and Possessed Sans Part 5. So yeah, this is kind of a speed run, sadly. Yeah. Vilgax gets notified of, you know, their failure due to, let's say they have these things, these badges that kind of, you know, let Vilgax know, you know, they're alive and, you know, anything about them, kind of like a FBI almost thing. Kind of, you know, has your heartbeat, like, you know, has your practically breathing and whatnot still alive. As you know, 2 of them go flat lines. The other one kind of is, you know, beating like, what's like a normal heartbeat? That's like, what, like 75 maybe? 76? I don't know what a normal heart rate is, but I'll say like his heart rate, the Diamond Head heart rate is like, what, like 3 times the one of a human right now during stress and, you know, fear. So yeah, especially since he almost got the flipping the heck out of him, like, bro. Especially since Deku wasn't able to, you know, use, you know, his, you know, full on, you know, full abilities due to him being in a house. Deku's abilities are more based on, you know, enemy control, like, around, like, a large area. They're not meant for, you know, some of them are meant for, you know, small portions, but, you know, due to it, you know, being in a neighborhood, he can't use it without, you know, hurting other people around him. Like his mother, father, and, you know, Katsuki, because I'm pretty sure they're living in the same neighborhood or somewhat, I think. So yeah, like that entire block, he can't use it in. He has to use it in, like, where people aren't at, because, I mean, he has this move where, you know, kind of like a Joker fear toxin, where, you know, if he has it in that area, everyone's gonna die, practically. Either A, they're gonna die, or be poisoned by, like, a fear toxin, almost. So yeah. So yeah, he's still trying to work on it, but I mean, yeah. As Deku wakes up after, like, beating the heck out of, after, you know, beating the heck out of, you know, Diamond Head, practically, tying him up and then putting him in the basement, practically, and, you know, kind of pawn shopping, you know, the alien tech, because, I mean, he didn't really care. He's like, hey, I found these things in the scrapyard, I want to sell them now. He got, like, a decent amount of money for, you know, the alien techs, I mean, yeah. And I'll say the pawn shop is, like, what, run with plumbers and whatnot. The only reason plumbers were, you know, investigating Deku is because, you know, Deku was situated with, you know, technically 2 people already, and, you know, he didn't hurt them, so, I mean, the plumbers didn't really go after him. As you know, he wakes up. The dude wakes up. Deku right in front of him. And Deku's not in a very happy state right now. Not at all. He's in his, third, not third stage, but kind of in his second-ish stage. So, yeah. He angry, not just because they kind of, messed him up and, kind of practically ruined his house. I know his family's house, but, yeah. Went after him to do so. So, yeah, he's in his, third stage. No, second stage, I believe. Yeah, second stage. And he's not happy at all. So he tortures the lad, tortures the alien. As he submits to him. Because I mean, if you see fear itself kind of in front of you, you would kind of bow down to it as well. Because I mean, unless you want to die out of fear, but you be you. So yeah. As well, what happened now is that the I don't really care about the timeline right now, since there are a lot more things to go on. So right now, I'll say Azimuth right now is trying to get to planet Earth because he does have a tracking thing on his Omnitrix, or technically the pod, which haha, Deku's parents still have. So Azimuth is going on his way there. Who else would be there? I believe the Vilgax, who will do his entire I will get you someday kind of stuff, so yeah. And there will be something weird. A magical force would have felt this on Earth. Almost like Gwen's abilities, with her grandma, but I guess the same type of abilities. Not gonna use the characters from Ben, not gonna use exactly the characters, but I mean, I use the abilities because Gwen is technically an alien with her abilities. So I mean, yeah, it technically counts as one. Either that or just a very powerful person with I think a witch or an alien. But I'm pretty sure her grandmother is a witch though, with the purple abilities. Kind of just throw plasma or something. I can't remember what it was. Don't remember. It's been a while since I watched the original series. Anyways. Yeah, someone like that, kind of feels the presence. Which is kind of going in that direction. Actually, a couple people actually have that ability. Because let's say, there besides, Deku, the town of Hosu and, whatnot, they, in, general areas of, around UA, there are, plumbers, aliens, a couple other people in hiding that are kind of hiding away from, quirks, kind of playing off their forms as, quirks. So, yeah. As about like 5 of them are actually following this scent, or also they have this kinetic energy meter about aliens, where if an alien's nearby, it kind of either A, pulls you, or 3, it's like a submarine radio wave. So yeah, kind of like a beep beep. They're close or not. Kind of points to the direction. I like a screen. So yeah. 5 of them, about 5 of them are going to Deku's location, or at least walking near Deku's location. Since that thing that kind of released, or kind of cut his power in 75, so it kind of cut his power dramatically. It was released, his alien essences were released as well, as he's able to get tracked down and other things like that. I feel like I feel like All Might would be a plumber. Don't know why. I just feel like he would. Not in his like all, like but his Skull Might for him practically. Also, be very secretive. So I mean, no one will know about plumbers. All this other stuff. They'll still exist. It's just they'll be very secretive. Because government reasons. I mean, government will probably just experiment on them. So I mean, yeah. As the closer the closer they get to Deku, the more the aura becomes sinister, and the you like if you don't have magic, you can literally see the amount of cursed energy or just negative energy coming off of Zuko right now. Because, I mean, he's kind of like, I'll say the strongest out of his entire race. So, I mean, yeah. He gotta have that type of aura. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, practically. And he hasn't even reached his, like, final form yet. Which, after that, bro, Vilgag's about to have a real fight, bro. For real. This man about to have, like, 17 things just to take Deku down. Even so, Deku can just call up, like, all other flippin', like, his, the other three, which are now awake. He kind of, do you all not, like, train your abilities? Like, do y'all just naturally just, learn your abilities? As they're talking to each other, the Ghost Freaks are kind of, amongst each other's. Being that, there's only, like, 50 of them left in the world. Or technically a galaxy, which isn't good. I'll say eventually, they do have a, lifespan. But I'll say, the collars that Vilgax uses on the Ghost Freak race, they're made up some type of, light material. Like light energy material, which kind of, if they do a certain thing, you kind of shock them and, eventually kill them. So yeah, he kind of killed the rest of his race. So there's like only like 50 left in the universe, and Deku's like the strongest one. So yeah. So yeah, that's the only reason, and the reason is that he's like, not on. I was a guess when it comes to like fear, he's on God tier, but physically, speedily, other things like that, he's pretty decent. Not God tier, but when it comes to his fears and whatnot, he can manipulate fear. He's pretty good at that. I'll say at least on what range? I don't know. Pretty decent. Honestly, another thing about it, he pretty decent stats, pretty high stats. I'll say he'll have like the same ranking as like a rare Pokemon or like a shiny Pokemon, like a legendary shiny Pokemon. So yeah, he has like that. That's his rank right now. He's like he pretty up there. Not the strongest, because I mean that's technically the Alien X race, but I mean yeah. But he'll be pretty high up there though. He'd be like right in the middle, like not too strong, not too weak. So yeah. And, he's only gonna grow in power, the more he flipping, communicates with people. Because his abilities practically give him the ability to kind of see through people's memories. And you kind of, know everything about them and, negativity and whatnot. And kind of, use those negativity feelings to kind of manipulate you. Like a pawn. So, eventually after, some torturing, the mask on Diamond Head's face eventually, does break due to amount of flipping getting jumped, like, by, like, 4 Ghost Freaks and getting hit in the face. I mean, yeah. Not just that, but torture, so yeah. Kind of breaks off, shows that he's a Diamond Head. Only, like, flipping, who knows, like, very rare. Because, I mean, the only Diamond Heads I've actually seen in the entire series, were, like, 3, I believe. Deku, no, not Deku, sorry. Ben 10 himself, that dude, and I believe one other that I can't remember that I've seen in the series. So they're pretty rare to see. Pretty rare. As what would happen now? Is that Deku would be walking with his crew practically. Because I mean, he literally did give the dude a choice. Was like,